Welcome to the Graphx Explainer. Billing challenges can damage patient trust. Our compassionate approach preserves relationships.
Let's transition into Section 3, Patient Engagement Journey, a highly structured workflow. You might be wondering how they actually pull this off in the real world. Well, I can tell you for sure it is not just a random series of phone calls.
Let's move to and see how this builds. The workflow goes exactly like this. First, notifications, then calling support, and finally, statements. This sequence is highly intentional. It gently guides the patient toward resolution, starting with the absolute lowest friction touchpoints and then escalating the level of direct support only as needed. Let's break these phases down a bit.
Phase 1 is all about digital notifications. Look, in today's landscape, reaching patients where they already are is absolutely critical. This phase acts as a soft nudge. It kicks off with an automated welcome SMS communication, just a quick, non-intrusive ping right to their phone. From there, patients get access to a dedicated patient portal and dashboard, paired with professional email communication for billing assistance. This gives them immediate, super convenient ways to engage and manage their accounts totally on their own terms. And honestly, it very often leads to a quick resolution without any further intervention even being needed. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how Phase 2 tackles the stuff that digital nudges just can't solve. This introduces human-based support to handle the true complexities of healthcare. This is where highly trained collection specialists step in to listen, not to pressure. They meticulously review the patient's line of business, or LOB, which is their specific insurance coverage type. Then they provide robust inbound and proactive outbound calling to clarify those complex insurance balances. Demystifying these confusing healthcare benefits effectively reduces denials and, actually helps the patient navigate the giant maze of their coverage. Which brings us to Phase 3. Look, even in our hyper-digital world, you just can't ignore the physical mailbox. Printed paper statements and mailed payment reminders act as a reliable, tangible anchor. Some patients just prefer traditional mail, or they might actually need physical documentation for their own personal records. By including this as the final step, Graphx makes sure that absolutely no patient falls through the cracks simply because of how they prefer to communicate. So when we look at compassionate collections as a whole, this entire three-step sequence actively turns what could be a really stressful, negative interaction into a supportive, relationship-building one. The patient truly feels heard, the bill gets demystified, and actually getting that balance resolved becomes so much more likely. Graphx softens the approach. We balance recovery with compassion. Patients feel supported, not pressured.